Hello everyone, my name is Aubrie Rose and welcome to the video you have all been waiting for. Okay, maybe mostly me. I am so excited to finally be doing this video for you guys. This is my projects intro. Projects, yes, in plural, because I am a crazy person. My project is a 5.5 book series. This is a YA contemporary wholesome romance series. I am just so excited to be able to share some more with you guys. Alrighty, so this series started off probably back in 2020. I had recently moved here to Illinois, and in I think the months leading up to the first ever NaNoWriMo that I participated in, I was working on this little 4-book collection, but it was going to be a series of novellas. So the first book was The Book Boyfriend, and then I had Love Notes and Music is the Key and Something Sweet. And the reason why I'm giving you all those titles is because for the most part, those are not going to stay the same. So the first way that this changed, or actually I'm gonna back up a little bit more. So I was building up a really nice writing routine with this. So I would brainstorm for like 5-10 minutes. I would set like a daydream timer, and I would just write about the things that I wanted to put into this manuscript. I would handwrite, so in a little notebook, and that's when I first started having project notebooks, I think. And then I would type it up into my computer, and I would find that as a pantser, that was so much easier for me. I was able to write for a lot longer. Like, I was able to write for the whole rest of the time that I want to say I was writing. So I think I would spend like 1 hour on one project, and then I would set the daydream timer. I would daydream about the next project, and then I would write for the rest of the hour. I want to say that's what I did. And I could spend 4 hours writing, easy peasy. And so then I'm fairly certain that was in like an October, maybe September, and I was hoping to publish this little collection of stories in February. But then while I was writing The Book Boyfriend, it was getting to be like a massive project. I'm like, okay, this book is gonna be a novel. And so then I changed the other stories. I think I want to say I put them on hold, and then they were still kind of like in the back burner of my mind. I did NaNoWriMo. I started working on the collection again, and it did not get published in February of 2021, obviously. And then I was working on my NaNoWriMo projects, trying to get those published, figuring out that they didn't work, coming back to this collection, going back to fairy tale retellings, and then finally coming back to this collection again. And by this time, okay, there's one more idea. In 2021, my friend and I were doing a bunch of challenges on Instagram, and one of the challenges that we did was a short story challenge. So we came up with little prompts, and you had to write a short story every day. And it was something that I wanted to do for me personally, so I'm like, why not put it on Instagram? Unfortunately, you cannot find the little story that I wrote that kind of blossomed itself into a whole new novel because Instagram deleted my account. But if you do want to find some of that stuff, I will link the hashtags or my friends' accounts, so you can go scroll back and see those posts if you'd like to. We had a lot of fun with those challenges, and my friends wrote some awesome stories. So yes, I came up with another idea about this girl who had such a crush, so much of a crush on this guy, this first baseman, that she put her book away to watch the game and support him, and someone was just like, that is true love right there, if they put the book down just to watch this guy. I'm like, heck yeah, it is. And so that became a little snippet for a larger story that has actually become the first book in the series, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I planned this series out as a 4-book series, and then it grew into a 5-book series, and now there's a novella. It just kind of grew from the love notes, music is the key, and something sweet. Like, those stayed together, and the book Boyfriend became something different. I kind of wanted to interconnect them in the collection from the beginning, and so what I decided to do is I decided to make each of the girl characters friends. So there would be like this friend group, and over the course of the books, all these girls would fall in love. And that is kind of what it is right now. I don't remember the nitty-gritty of how it became those 3 short stories to the 5-book series. I don't remember how one of them came about. I do know that I was just like, okay, I need this other friend to fall in love, and poof, let me just create a whole new story. And I did that, and it's drafted twice over, finally finished it. Anyway, getting ahead of myself again. So yeah, that is kind of the backstory and sort of what it is now. Some of the stories are still the same. One of them has changed a lot, like so drastically. And then the other 2, I'd kind of written about, I think I wrote 10,000 words for one of them, and then I wrote a few thousand words, and they were written as short stories. So for the most part, what I'm going to be doing is expanding them. I did talk about this a little bit in one of my challenges. I can't remember which one. It's either the Brandon Sanderson one or the 24-hour challenge one, which I will link up in the cards. It might be on the side. I don't know, for you guys to check out if you would like to. Alrighty, so brief update. I'm gonna give you guys a brief update on each book. How was I gonna do this? Okay, so one more thing for the backstory. I put summer break in between, like, when I put summer break in where winter break is supposed to be, while I was trying to create the timeline for these stories, which I don't exactly know how I did it. So the book that was supposed to be the first book in the series is now the second book in the series, and one of the books that was supposed to be like third is now first. So I had to rearrange it a lot, and there are still some kind of nitty-gritty stuff that I gotta figure out to make this flow as best as I can. So the first book I have attempted to draft, and it took a while, and I ended up not finishing it because there were so many things that I needed to change, and I was trying to write, like, just stop, evaluate, and then keep writing as if I had changed those things, but it wasn't working. I was still falling back into the rut, and it was like the characters are still not doing what I want them to do, so I just kind of stopped. The second book, I was trying to get it to like 60,000 words or 65,000 words, and I was like, nope, get it to 50K, and then when you edit, you can expand if need be, but just get it to 50K and finish it. And so it was like at 42, 43,000 words, something like that. So I spent a day or two, and I finished the draft, and I finished it so fast. I think it's only at 48,000 words, but it was like I cut out so many like chapter outlines that's just, it was what it was, and I'm like, I will fix this later. I already know some things that I need to fix. And so the second book is sitting at like a second draft, except for the ending, at 48 something thousand words, I think. Book 3 is what I'm currently drafting right now. The first act is still not finished. I'm super close though. I've got like 1,000 words left to go. I know, please don't yell at me. It was supposed to be done on Monday. I'm supposed to be done with the second act like right now. I think I'm supposed to be working on act 3 tomorrow. Is that happening? No, I did not recover well after my 24/36 hour writing challenge. Yeah. Okay, so the fourth book, it has a few thousand words. I don't remember how much. I think it's got 6,000 to 8,000 words on it. It's pretty beefy, and for the short story elements that I added to it, that one is probably the last three books are like my favorite in this series. And there are so many cute moments, some things that I do need to fix, but the main character is just the best in that one. Anyway, the last main book in the series needs quite a bit of work. I'm scared for that one, to be quite honest. I don't know how I'm going to get it to 50,000 words. Wish me luck, you guys, on that one. I'm such an underwriter. And then the novella, which is like the half book at the end of the series, I have no ideas for it except for the main concept, and that is the broadest concept that I've like ever had. Okay, maybe not. I have a concept, I know it, yeah, but I have to figure out how to make it work. So wish me luck on that one too. It's exciting but scary. I'm gonna talk about the hardest moments that I've had writing this series so far. So after my 24-hour challenge, and I didn't recover well after that, and so I've just been in a funk. That's been a little bit difficult. Also, just motivation after writing a lot of words, or not writing as many words as I've wanted to in a day. That's been a little bit tricky, and not drafting as fast as I know I can, thus feel like I should be doing. That's been a little tricky. The first book, character development, has been so hard, and it's really funny because the character development for my other two stories have been like so easy. I don't know why the first one is so hard, but yeah, when I go back to try to restart the first draft on that one, I'm gonna have to do some major character development. But then that also falls into some of my favorite moments, has been going back to find, so part of it has been like setting up little things so the whole series just kind of fits and connects together. That's been a really fun part. And then also going back to read to find those little snippets that I needed, and then reading some of my characters like Snark and just the back and forth, and just reading the characters' dialogue and everything. It's like being in a room with so many people that just have my same sense of humor. It is the funniest thing, you guys. I have laughed so much while reading and writing this series. It's the best. I can't wait to show it to you guys. Stay tuned for next month, when I'm going to be giving you another update on my projects, and it will be even more in-depth than this one, or actually I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but it's gonna be super exciting, so please stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know little snippets about your projects if you want to. I would love to see that and to support you guys on your writing journeys. And yes, I will see you guys in the next one.